Previously on the Stars of Huzuz.
Knock, knock, knock!
What are you doing here?
Our big wolfy friend Asglin, she just told us to come down here and said you could take us to the desert.
Oh, what did you bring for payment?
I didn't give back my flying carpet. You want that?
This boat descends the rocky waterfall. You see the sandy peaks of the high desert.
We seem to have gotten all we need out of this caravan. Should we probably head out?
Let us go.
Walking on the sand, do-do-do-do-do.
Hello and welcome back to the Stars of Huzuz. My name is Ben Brady, the DM. We are the Troubadours. We're so glad to have you back. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're following us on Instagram at the Troubadours and join us on that Discord. All that information in the episode description below. Let's go ahead and say hi to our fabulous adventuring party.
I'm Emily Blair, and I play Sir Reginald Wellington III.
I'm Ashley Marie Robillard, and I'm also Selene Nightshade.
My name is Jessie, and I play Charla.
I'm Allie Haas, and I play Beetle.
I am Philippe Lesperance. I am playing Gilbert Heatherington.
I am Jacob O'Shea, and I play Billowby Fiddlefern.
My name is Tom Lynch, and I play Kailu Yingwye Gwestedir.
And without further ado, onward to adventure.
As you make your way on, singing songs, keeping spirits high in the desert sun, eventually, you probably Beetle first see in the distance through the glistening desert a green shape. And as you approach, you notice the desert plants become a little bit more plentiful, and even the flora starts to change to more water-dependent life as a tree-filled oasis comes into view. You all can probably almost taste the cool water on the wind against your salty, sweat-covered, cracked lips, and you approach. Yeah, and so you're pretty much on the outskirts of the oasis now. You definitely have confirmed this is it.
Does anybody happen to have any lip balm?
Use some of the honey.
Honey!
What?
Use the honey.
I got some mad chapped lips, dude. I was looking at my lips back there earlier and it did not help.
Do we see off into the distance anyone who clearly seems to be stationed as people you have to kind of go past her to get into the oasis?
Yeah, you don't see anything like that. You do see some buildings beyond some trees and things, because it definitely gets lush pretty quickly before there's any signs of civilization. But you do see the peaks of a couple of buildings more central in the oasis.
Are there any sounds of people, music? Does it sound like a town or a city, or is it pretty quiet?
Good question.
Beetle is definitely intently... He doesn't like going to places with people.
A cat at a party check? Am I going to be out and about, or are there too many people?
That's exactly it.
You don't hear a whole lot of life. Nobody on the outskirts of the oasis that you're just bumping into.
Little weird.
Do we want to go in sneakily?
I'm feeling rather bold today, so
I would love to approach, and then as we're going into the city, I will say that I'm going to be scanning for someone who seems to be a part of the lion tribe, so I can ask for audience with the person.
Do we have any, banners or anything like that represent the lion tribe or anything?
We need our own banner.
Also, as we walk in, just because, thinking about kid walking in with these weird cuffs on neck and hands, I'm going to use their skill to make them disappear.
Does Ben know about? Ben looks surprised that they can do that.
Wait, no, did I read this wrong? I thought.
No, you're right. You can use an action to cause it to become invisible until you use another action to make it visible.
That's awesome.
Okay, well, I'm going to make them invisible.
Very handy.
Excellent.
And also just make it so, nobody can read my thoughts.
You know how teenagers are.
They're so closed off these days, you know?
Can't read their mind because they're teenagers.
He's going through a rebellious phase.
I'm just feeling very angsty today.
As people go in, he is going to try and stealth, just hop in from bush to bush and then be like, oh, Charla, sorry. But, trying to stay in the shadows as much as possible, just in case something does happen.
Okay. You're all making your way in. Some of you maybe a little bit stealthily if you want to roll for that. and just hold on to it.
Okay, well, I'm not using this dice anymore.
I'm not going to do it stealthily, but I do want to say that I look at Gilbert. Cool move, guy. That was a real rad thing, and I'm going to do finger guns, and I'm giving you bardic inspiration.
Gilbert, you got your bracers off. How exciting!
Hey, thanks, Selene. I know I'm pretty cool.
Billowby just starts to shut down and is gonna be at people's feet behind people, not really speaking up as much.
As you make your way into this luscious, soothing green oasis, the vegetation becomes almost tropical as you really make your way in. You see this primrose-covered field where perhaps some wildlife is grazing peacefully, and you do see more clearly now several prominent mud brick buildings, including a very large caravansary, which is like a large barracks. And then it looks like also this kind of small plaza area, which is kind of closer to the east side where you're coming in from. And then there's also near a great pool in the center, this beautiful clear pond in the middle. And there seems to be a temple closer to the water.
Reggie.
Yes.
Does your book have anything about the plants around here?
Oh, let me look. Whips out his book. Oh, it's so dusty. Oh, goodness. No.
All right, then.
Well, perhaps you can add your own and then get it republished.
I mean, there are several blank pages at the end of it, intended to be used as a notebook on your journeys. So, you are right, I will be doing that.
I guess we'll have to talk to the locals.
Gilbert sees that there's a temple. Can I do a religion check to see if there's any connection to... Obviously, I'm looking for the cultists everywhere, but if there's any connection to the cultists or a temple of Pelor of sorts, because we've seen that they've had some stuff in the past connected to the cult as well.
Sure, how about a religion check from you then, Gilbert?
I was in that one.
You're doing great today.
I'm rolling so well today. So well.
You are convinced that every church is actually connected somehow to the cultists because the reality you grew up with.
You're all Satan!
This peace-loving, Pelor-worshipping family of yours turned out to be something very different. So now you don't trust anything that resembles a religious organization because of a very legitimate fear.
Honestly, that's a nat 20. That's not a nat 1.
It's like, is this real life?
Gilbert's woken up.
They're all snake lovers.
Nice. I'll say perhaps because Selene, you're intentionally looking for people to connect with.
Mm-hmm.
You do see, as this pond comes into view, you see a lone man standing over by the pond, facing the water.
Oh, hello. God damn, it's so hot. Everyone's so hot.
Everybody's hot in this game.
Hot dudes, man.
Hot dudes.
He wears the desert garb of a tribe of some kind. You don't know specifically what that would be. He's tall. He's built like a warrior, very strong looking. Long, thick locks that are draped behind his back. And you can see his his arms are dark skin and sun-worn, and he just seems very solemn as he gazes out into the water. Hasn't taken in any of you yet.
Definitely beautiful. I would want to just survey to see if there's any sort of like identifying markers on the clothing.
Okay, how about then a history from you? You kind of rolled once that there are tribes, of course, that make up a lot of the population here.
16.
It's hard to tell from far away, but you have the sense that because you know House of Lion, they do reside here. Perhaps this is a member of that house. And, you know, you saw there was a bear on the caravan, right? Mm-hmm. If there's a marking like that, you could see up closer. That might give you more indication.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to say something to the effect of, hello, well met. Apologies for breaking your reverie. My name is Selene, and me and my companions come bearing a message of great importance. Do you know where we'd find Najib bin Kamal al-Asad?
He will turn around and he bears this vacant expression on his face. He will take you all in, and how about you just roll an initial persuasion just to sort of give this first impression?
That's my shit!
Go get it, Ashley.
Go! Meeting new people.
+9, pull through, please!
Damn.
Oh, sick. Okay. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. He will turn and take you in, those of you who are visible, and say, I am Najib al-Assad. Who are you?
Fuck yeah, you are.
We are representatives of Huzuz.
We're health inspectors.
Gilbert just looks at him and goes, I'm watching you.
It's okay, Gil. It's okay. Take a lap.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance. We are seeking aid in a quite dire situation. Time is genuinely of the essence. Together, we all face a threat that is looming not on the horizon, but from the stars itself. One that is threatening not just our existence, but the lands that we call home. We were just hoping you would hear out our plea and help us with this endeavor. Kai, if you'd like to give more details.
We're here for your star thingy.
Well, not necessarily. We're here for aid and answers of what is going on in the sky. And we've recently got some information that you might have an idea. So what we're looking for from you, sir, is information and hoping just a quick talk.
I'm listening.
Oh, and we come from Master Shara Kelikan.
We know you signed the paper, the thing about the start. Kai, what the heck was that thing?
The signature of curators?
Orrery of the Wanderer.
You are one of the curators of the pieces, are you not?
What if I am?
Do you know a Mrs. Heatherington by chance?
I don't know Mrs. Heatherington, no.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's lying?
Sure, with disadvantage.
Ooh.
Because of your nat 1 and skepticism.
Well, it's a 9, so...
Cultists everywhere, in your mind.
Listen, we know you signed the paper. Do you happen to know any of the other folks who signed it? Because we come from one of them, and another one of them is passed on. We're just trying to get things back on track. Master Sharakal Khan sent us here to talk to you to try and find the other pieces before other people do.
I show Najib the document that we have, and the list of names, and his signature.
Oh, and as a measure of good faith, we also found this on our journey and wanted to offer it to you, and I'm going to present the honey at the same time.
So he'll look at the document, and then he'll take the jar of honey in his hand and look at it and say, where did you get this?
We had found a caravan on the way here emblazoned with the mark of a bear, and when we were investigating it, we found these 2 stores, but we weren't able to see anything else.
You rolled a dirty 20 already. He will believe you. But he will turn to the document where his signature is, and he'll say, yeah, I signed that. And he'll look back to Kai and say, you want the chronolometer. That's what you come for.
The chronolometer... So... So what does the chronolometer do?
Chronoloma ding dong.
It's chronolometer.
Chronolometer. Is it shaped like a llama?
Time compass?
Chronomancy.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Well, you're right about one thing. You're not the only one who's looking for it.
Who else is looking for it?
Well, 2 days ago...
Oh, fuck!
Several travelers came upon this oasis.
Oh, no.
They were led by a tall woman of genie descent, clearly not of the desert, like the lot of you. This woman, she spoke aloud to my people. She promised a new home to my tribe, an escape from the desert life to an island oasis.
Fuck!
She said such an oasis was even greater than this, as he gestures to this beautiful oasis you're in right now. One that existed in their dreams. She said we were worthy. She said if we wanted to join her, we need only follow her in our dreams. When she first arrived, she also asked for something. This object you seek as well. I didn't trust her. Now why should I trust you?
Alright, that's a fair question. How can we prove ourselves worthy to you?
Well, I have a simple test, if you're willing to take it.
Okay.
He will turn over and face the temple, and he will point and say, by the Jamal temple there is a red tree. Bring me an apple from that tree. The fruit will be sweet if the one who plucks it has nothing to hide. Nothing from others, nothing from the gods, nothing from themselves.
Well, that sounds simple enough. Alright then.
Define hide.
So not Selene.
Alright.
I just don't know what I don't know.
I think Beetle's the same way. Beetle don't know what Beetle don't know.
Okay.
Can you repeat that one more time, good sir?
You bring me an apple from that tree.
Yes.
If it's sweet, I can trust you.
Okay, hear me out. This is to the group, not to him.
Give us a moment,
Yeah,
please.
it's very much like a huddle up, folks.
Okay.
Like, theoretically, with these bracelets, I can let anybody in if I want to. So theoretically, if I make them visible and I let him into being able to hear into my brain space. I have nothing to hide.
Aye, but you have 2 or 3 other people in you right now, don't you, Gilbert? And
Well, theoretically, I'm not them, so
So if you're pluck the apple, who's to say that one of those bracers doesn't sour the fruit?
I think it should be Reggie.
Probably.
What? What? I mean, I do like apples, but,
How about we each pick an apple, and you try each one, and if at least one of them tastes good, then it's sort of like a group pass, but you don't know who it's from.
You're telling me you want to hand me some apples that you know will not be sweet, and that I should still trust you.
I mean...
I'll go. Friends, I will go.
Well, we'll all go with you.
We're all going to the tree.
We're not going to let you wander off alone, Reggie.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love the company.
Walking to the tree.
As a sign of good faith, I'm going to stay with the leader, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Totally. Winky blinky.
I also have one more question for Najib.
Yeah.
Are you the only one left here? Has everyone else followed the Genasi?
Oh, that's a good question. It's awfully quiet here.
Indeed, the things have been quiet here the past day and a half now, since it seems her offer was good enough for some.
May I offer something to you that might be a comfort in this rather trying situation? My sister was taken, I believe, by the same person who came and took your tribe. I'm searching for her. The last we heard, my companions had seen her, I think on this exact island that you speak of, but she did not go there willingly. She was under some sort of somnambulous trance that took her as opposed to her going willingly, so I can understand that it's probably feels quite devastating to have had a vibrant and beautiful community that was surrounding you that you now feel might have abandoned this place and potentially you, but please know that it might not have been as willing as the very, very, very shitty person who rolled through your town may have tried to make it seem. And I apologize, I feel at least a sliver of the pain that I may be assuming, but if you're experiencing it, please know that I said my best.
This does bring comfort to my heart, as if I can believe that there's a chance that my wife did not choose to leave me, then perhaps I can move on.
Sorry, Selene.
I'm so sorry. So sorry, good sir. We have all known someone who has been taken by these people.
Beetle starts crying.
So, how about them apples?
And we will fight to bring them all back, including for you and your wife.
If we prove loyal, would you like to potentially join us in some capacity in trying to find your wife and your...
I personally, as the sheik of this tribe, cannot leave what remains of my people, but I will certainly help to give you any information I can about what it is you seek.
I do have one question for you before we go off on the test of the apple. The Johnny said it was a land of dreams, and you said some people have followed. Are their bodies still around?
Indeed, it would seem that, however they decided to leave, it was in their corporeal form, so their bodies are not here. They are gone entirely.
Interesting. All right. Thank you.
But it's in line with what we've seen so far.
It is absolutely in line with what we have experienced.
No one was observing the people who left, right?
Selene was seen leaving Huzuz in a sort of state, and then Kalakan also talked about how people were going through the portal when she was stuck in wolf form.
But when we got zapped there, when we were connected physically to Beetle, I guess the closest we've gotten is that Billowby saw Beetle disappear one night and then reappear the next morning in the travels before we even met at the beehive.
Everyone's body did disappear except for Selene's last night.
I just got a nightmare.
Who just got a nightmare.
Right.
And then Gilbert popped in.
Yeah.
Classic.
Gilbert's body did not disappear also.
Right.
Nightmare twins.
Cool. Well, I'm happy to take the trial of the apple, lead the way. I'll do my best. Should I doff my armor for this? They said you come in with nothing to hide. I don't know if armor counts as hiding.
I suppose that might be right.
It's more of an internal hiding that it will reveal.
Oh, okay.
So you may wear whatever makes you comfortable.
Because it takes quite a while to take off, let me tell you.
All right, to the tree.
To the tree!
Selene, scream if anything happens.
I'm busy taking some of the water from the thing and adding just like a tiny bit of honey to it So that it's a slightly honeyed water to soothe everyone's throats when they get back.
Adorable.
Nice. So those of you who are making your way over to that tree that he pointed towards will see it on the western side of the temple. You'll see this large, different-looking tree with lots of small apples that are hanging from its boughs. There's a small statue nearby of what appears to be like a grinning genie who's in kind of like a ponderous pose, and some writing in primordial underneath.
I don't speak primordial.
I do.
Hi, do you speak primordial?
Yes, I do.
Can you come here and I could use your assistance translating, please?
I go over and read it.
Great.
How can any man born of earth claim to divine true purposes of the gods?
I don't know.
Beetle, I think it's rhetorical.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think it's one of those philosophical questions, if you will.
What do
Oh.
the gods know anyway?
It definitely feels rhetorical, but it could also be a riddle.
It could. I'm inclined to say that,
How can any man born of earth claim to divine true purposes of the gods?
I mean, if they've chatted, like if you've talked to a god and he's super chatty and sort of tells you his plans, then you could probably say, hey, I know what's going on. Maybe we gotta talk to a god. Earth, you say?
Earth, you say?
No one knows Earth anymore. Except for Beetle.
Beetle, and that's it.
Just Beetle.
No, Reggie. No, just Beetle.
Yeah, Reggie kind of does because Earth saved him.
No, Charla.
Oh, and Charla, yeah.
What? Well, this is a many-layered question, I guess. I mean, I think any man born of Earth claim to divine the true purpose of the gods. I don't think any man can, because that would be very presumptuous and kind of, full of hubris of this person to say, oh, I speak for the gods. But also, there are several gods, so how do we know when someone could be lying? It just seems,
Reggie's having a meltdown.
He's just going in circles, and then he's like, oh, I knew someone named Earth once. I wonder how she's doing.
Did she have any children?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I only knew her from when she brought me back from the brink of death, but and then jumped into the portal as a beam of light.
Didn't get to chit-chat too much. Do you have any kids?
So how about that tree?
I think maybe just pick the apple.
I don't know, I'm quite nervous.
Does this Johnny statue look like the water genasi Johnny that we've been warned about, or does this look different?
Good question, and I'll say a couple things, because this is a statue of a genie. A Johnny is actually something that's a little bit closer to human than a genie. It's still of elemental descent, but it's not the same thing. Would Billowby know that? Probably not, but that's something that's worth clarifying for everyone.
I appreciate that, because I did not have that clue.
The form you saw Beetle in, we'll have to talk about that more.
That's a whole nother thing.
He says ominously. Can I investigate the tree?
Yes.
What are you hiding?
So I'm going to investigate which apple to pick. Nat 20!
Yeah!
Reggie, you step forward, and
The tree just gives you an apple.
the sun is descending now. What was once a harsh reflection off of your sand-worn armor is now just a beautiful glow that radiates off of you and all that is knightly and good about you as you, with your gauntlet, pluck a perfect apple. And without having to even pierce the skin, you know in your heart that this apple is sweet.
That's my boy!
And then I very knightly stride back over to the guy and kneel down and place
Yes.
and hold the apple.
Yes!
Selene looks like a full on just beaming.
Proud mom.
She just loves you all.
Great. So you make your way back over, and you present the apple to Najib. He will approach, and he will take it and inspect it briefly, and make rather intense eye contact with you as he bites in
Okay.
and chews for a moment.
This dude is intense.
Denethor much?
Yes!
He says,
Let's be high.
I have been brought apples by some of my closest counsel, which are not as sweet as this one.
Really?
Oh!
Reggie wells up a little bit.
Way to go, buddy.
Well done, Captain.
Thank you.
You traveler from Huzuz, you have my trust, and you have all that I can offer in assisting you in this quest.
Oh,
Desert power.
thank you. You have my trust too, good sir. And then he gives him a giant bear hug and starts crying a little bit.
Oh my god, I love this.
My brother!
He will, having been alone and solemn for several days now, perhaps even give in a little bit to this hug and embrace you back as some tears fill his eyes as well.
This is just the sweetest thing that's ever happened.
And then they break apart, and Reggie goes like, yeah. Yeah.
He does as well. He'll wipe the tears away and be like, ugh, just got a little sand or something in there.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, it's very blustery out here.
You know, some sand blew in from the desert part. And,
Yeah.
Oh, this is
ice,
so beautiful.
Smacks him on the back.
That's beautiful stuff, guys.
So, I guess the first thing we might ask about is, can we get some of them apples? We're trying to make some mead, and the natural yeast from the apples would actually make a really great fermentation for this honey that we got, and I could make you up some more too. And if you have some potable water, that would be really helpful.
That's the water right there is potable.
You can indeed trust. I see you are skeptical of this water, but my people have lived off of it for many generations, as do all who pass through this oasis. As for the apples, you may take your share. Try not to take them all, and be aware that they all might not taste the same based on who is plucking them from the tree.
All right, Reggie, you're coming with me. Come on.
Oh, but I want to talk to my friend.
He's trying to he's grabbing Reggie, and he's pulling as hard as he can to try it, but the sand is giving way underneath his feet too, because you can't really get traction on sand, so Billy's really tugging
Let's
it.
take a moment and regroup before we embark on that project. Good Sir Billowby.
Fine.
Great.
So, do you have, like, any cool stories?
You want to know about the chronolometer?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
It's not here anymore. It was bestowed upon me to protect by a traveling scholar from Huzuz years ago.
Oh, the professor?
That's right, a professor something or other.
Zobeda.
Oh, the dead one.
That's right, and she both honored me and challenged me in protecting it, and I did for a time, but while the object was under my watch, its presence was a disturbance here at the Oasis. It made my people uneasy, and while it was here, some of my tribe even sought it out for themselves. With my wife's counsel, I decided to bestow it upon the 9 mystics who dwell in the Spire of Kor. They are a remote group of religious worshippers, and I haven't heard from them in years.
What denomination?
They are generally worshippers, as far as I know, of the Zakaran gods. They are mystics who tap into the power of the sun and the desert itself. The Spire is of Kor, which you know that Kor is kind of the primary god in the Zakaran pantheon. And also there was definitely some huge Kor iconography in the Temple of the Tranquil Soul, right? In that main chamber. So you can assume that these are worshippers of Kor.
Of course.
Did you just say of course?
Yeah.
I adore you.
Okay. I know what core is. They're chill, sort of. They're not going to kill us, at least.
Kai, are you there?
Yes.
Because you showed the document and asked about other people who signed the signatures, right? He'll say to you, the only other name I recognize on that list is Nadia Umfadela. She is one of the leaders in the town of Raziz to the west.
Thank you. Any information that we have at all based on the location of these names so that we can give them fair warning and that what has happened here doesn't happen anywhere else. I think that is our biggest goal, as well as searching for our friends, finding and rescuing them.
Do you happen to know which MacGuffin she might have?
I do not know that much.
If I may lean upon your wisdom a bit more, if we were to approach Nadia in Vaziz, what could we do as a gesture of good faith, or is there any way that we should approach that would be considered respectful for that particular area?
Well, I'm sure some sweet apple mead might not be a bad thing. All right, Reggie, off we go.
One thing I can tell you about Raziz is they like to dance.
I got this shit, y'all.
Excellent.
You said that your wife was taken or had left in this situation, was she the only other person who knew that the chronolometer was taken to the Spire of Core?
I believed that until I woke up the other day and she was not beside me. And now, all that I believe, I question.
That's an understandable response to a fucked up situation, my friend.
We're not too familiar with traveling in the desert. Any advice on the best way that we should go about this? Because it was real hot heading over here from the bay.
The desert is not hospitable to anyone, particularly outsiders. Perhaps I could arrange some camels for you that would expedite your travel.
Oh, that would be extremely appreciated. Thank you, good sir.
And extremely generous.
The 13-year-old in Gilbert gets really excited, and he starts running around in circles, being like, I get to ride a camel!
Oh, Gilbert.
If you have any information on some plants or things that we can harvest while we're here, it would be greatly appreciated. And, right, on the way, Reggie, let's go pick some apples.
Yes, the other resource I would recommend taking advantage of is the bounty that's at the base of the pool here, which is almost like a leafy eggplant type substance. It's our main source of food here. It's called baitanjan.
Sounds delicious.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Speaking of which, your honey, would you like me to make that into a mead too, or do you prefer it as your honey?
I suppose a glass of mead doesn't sound half bad these days.
Oh.
All right.
You're telling me, brother.
I go over and start collecting the baitanjan.
I'm gonna take a second to go to the temple and just offer a prayer to Selene before I chill out for the night.
To yourself?
Oh my god, hello to LES Trey. God help me. I'm also praying for myself in general, but
I would like to pray to the goddess in
dear me, please, dear God.
So what time is this around now? Are we is the sun fully down?
It's certainly evening. It's probably 8 p.m. and the sun is disappearing in the west, so night is upon you.
Are the stars starting to come out?
Yes.
Kai goes over to Najib. Is there any good spot here in the temple or otherwise to stargaze?
The stars are clear from most places here in the desert. If you wanted to climb to the rooftops of some of the buildings, perhaps.
I would like to very much, if you are all right with this.
Certainly. In the plaza where the camels are, if we're headed that way, you could definitely find a peak to ascend if you wanted to gaze upon the stars more easily.
Thank you.
This dude gives me Bill Compton vibes from True Blood.
Suki.
Exactly.
I would not mind joining you on the way of retrieving the camels, since we are both headed in that direction.
Great. How many, you can sort of choose how many apples and eggplant you want to harvest.
For the baijan, I harvest just about as much as that will feed us for a week, I guess. How much can I get?
How much can you carry?
Let's take all the food.
Is it
it's plentiful. It's plentiful at the bottom of this pool. So
okay.
Though the apples, you could certainly take too many, it probably would be hard to take too much of this.
Yeah, I don't want to take too many apples.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Billowby knows what he's doing and is going to harvest the minimum number of apples it would need to ferment these 2 batches of honey, not taking any more or any less, being respectful of the boundary that was set.
And who is taking the apples from the tree? Is Reggie doing all of the apple picking?
It has to be Reggie.
Yes.
I won't even. Billowby won't even touch the tree. Reggie, if your apples are sweet, we're going to go with those.
Okay. He's going to go over to the statue once again just to see if it was the same riddle as before. I don't know if it changed.
It's the same, and you feel a sense of peace within yourself that you proclaimed this philosophy in response to this question, that you feel somehow, just sort of continuing off your nat 20 in that moment, you feel somehow that you are worthy of contributing to a conversation of such heights, and that this statue represents someone or something that perhaps judges or has judged mortals on conversations like this, and you feel you have passed this test and feel that self-assurance within you.
Oh, that's so cute. Reggie's like, thank you, statue. It has been a while since I felt that way, and thank you.
Reggie.
And then he goes over to the tree and goes, "Thank you, tree."
Oh my god, I need a book. I need the children's book of this adventure. Just Reggie and the apple tree. The apple tree of truth.
He comes to the apple tree of truth and is like, "Can I have, 3, 4 apples so we can make some honey mead?"
That's fair, Reggie. Billowby's gonna scurry off, and he's gonna come back with his water skin filled from the Oasis. And he says, "Good tree, thank you for the fruit that you give us, and may it make a fair mead," and pour the water at the base of the tree.
Aww.
Very nice.
Reggie pats Billowby on the back.
No, you had the right idea, Reggie. I got a little tunnel vision there.
We all have to respect the plants and world around us. Thank it for its sacrifice and then replenish it, thus continuing the cycle.
Aye.
Can I walk to the temple and just kneel and let's sit there for a second to see if I can commune with anything?
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not
outside of the temple.
I already have the nat 1, so it can be a no.
How about you make a religion check as you try to open yourself up to whatever you might be connecting to?
And can I include that if anything in the wristband connects or no?
How about you make the roll?
That's a 13.
With a 13, you certainly don't feel anything from your silent bracers.
Yeah.
But you feel perhaps that maybe you judge too quickly this particular establishment, that your skepticism passes a little bit. You don't feel any religious revelation, certainly, but you feel a little bit more at peace, thinking now that perhaps the cultists aren't here.
Great. So Gilbert just sits there quietly, eyes closed, just calm then.
Great.
A teenager experiencing inner peace? What is this? We really are in a fantasy setting.
Avatar the Last Airbender, bitches.
He's the Avatar.
Wonderful. Okay, so I guess now we're at the point of going to get some camels and heading into this little plaza area on the east.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to spend the night here, or are we heading out right away?
I suppose that depends on what Najib might suggest. If it's safe to travel at night, we did see that caravan. If there are any sort of smugglers or bandits in the area, we might want to travel by daylight.
Mm-hmm. Traveling by night would be cooler, temperature-wise.
Well, also, where are we going next? Are we going to Nazim or to the spire?
Oh, that's a good question. We haven't really figured that out, have we?
Let's take a look at the map and see which one is closer, perhaps?
Sure.
All right, they are equidistant.
Theoretically, there is one of these devices at either one of these locations, so we don't know which one she went to first, nor which one she might have achieved. It's a 50-50 shot.
I'm gonna read my book.
Hell yeah, Gilbert. My camel's gonna follow y'all's camel, so...
Gilbert, you're in charge of the hours, right? So add an hour to your study time in your log.
Good job. Your reading log. I'll sign off on that. I saw you read for 3 hours.
You get a free Pizza Hut.
You'll get that pizza party.
And how many hours do I have to read to actually get anything out of it?
I think it was 100.
Something ridiculous.
A discouraging amount that we can discuss later.
An amount that makes the American school system.
Gilbert reads for an hour and he's like, fuck this book, I'm never gonna finish it.
No, it's when he realizes, he turns it and realizes that it's just part 1. It's like a 3,000 page book, and then at the end, in really tiny letters, he's like, no!
Who writes books like these?
That was the foreword from the author. Excellent.
Beetle's just looking for bugs and licking stuff. Nothing new.
Reggie's gonna journal.
Great.
Oh, adorable.
So as you all can do individual things and this short rest comes to an end, you make your way out in the dead of night, 3 a.m. or so. As you leave the Jamal Oasis, Najib will send you off and give his blessing. And as you head out into the dark, deserty wilderness, someone will once again have to make a survival check as the leader of the direction you go. We'll say with advantage at this point because of the knowledge you have and the camels you ride.
The knowledge you have and the camels you ride give advantage. Give advantage.
Philippe, finally being on the same footing as everyone and being able to travel at the same speed is going to be like, ha, motherfuckers, look at me go.
Philippe's never moved this fast.
It has been a lot of years since he's moved this fast.
So a camel's speed is still like 30, basically. So it is more than you. But it's 30 in the desert, whereas you all were traveling at kind of a half speed.
Survival? That is a 15.
A 15, huh?
Yeah, not the greatest. That was a little bit of a letdown.
Billowby, are you riding with somebody on the same camel, or?
I mean, Beetle and Billowby can share. It's a 2-hump camel.
It is a 2-hump camel.
Welcome to Beetle Facts. This guy's a little slimy, but he can glow in the dark, so that's kind of cool.
Neat.
Before, because it is dark and because there are some scorpions that can glow in the dark, Beetle would like to hunt for one of the tiny little scorpions that glow in the dark to put in his jar.
So we had a 15 as our official survival check. So would somebody please roll a d6 for me as you head out into the night towards the spire?
What does a 5 get us?
We'll resolve that in a moment, but as we were heading out, I know people said they were doing specific things, like Beetle said you were perhaps looking for a particular insect. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Do you want to, in the dark desert, do another nature check then?
Sure.
Oh yes, that's right, the glowing scorpions.
19.
And you're looking specifically for these glowing scorpions, is that right?
They're super, super tiny. They're really, really poisonous, but they glow in the dark. They're freaking awesome.
I call them pinch and glitters. Pinch and glitters, yeah.
Pinch and glitters.
Is that German? The pinch and glitter?
The pinch and glitter.
Pinch and glitter.
Right on. Well, with a good roll like that, I would say yes. You are perusing the sand, and some different insects do actually seem to come out at this time of day, and others perhaps see as well this little glow coming from the pinch and glitters that you discover. So how about you roll a d6 of those? How about you roll an animal handling as well?
I was gonna say.
If they're this dangerous, perhaps another roll.
I felt that coming.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, that's another 19. 14 plus 5.
Yeah, they don't have any issue with you.
Hey, buddies.
You can definitely collect a d6 worth into whatever jars you have.
4.
Nice. And Beetle, just because of your passive perception and also because you're actively doing this, perhaps you are the first to notice that just at the top of the dune on the other side, you hear the approaching footsteps of what sounds like another group of camel feet heading towards you.
We're not alone, buddies.
Are you talking about the bugs?
Beetle, do you just say that to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I'm picking up one of the scorpions by the stinger.
Totally unperturbed.
Letting him crawl all over me and then just like putting him in the jar.
Yeah, I think they're coming from that way.
And he points to the sound.
Should we prepare for the worst?
Can Kai look in Beetle's direction? Do I see these camels as well?
How about you roll a perception?
Fuck. I rolled a 5.
As you look to where Beetle was gesturing to see if you can tell who's approaching or what it is, suddenly from behind you are a half dozen or so folks on camelback that have surrounded you and have weapons drawn and are pointed towards you. They seem to have come and collapsed from 2 different dunes upon you here.
This is Gimli, son of Gloin.
One of them will indeed advance and say,
What news of the Rittermark?
What does an elf, a man, and a dwarf have in the Rittermark?
Right as a Rohan!
They will indeed actually just circle all of you intimidatingly, right as a Rohan style, in the night. So those of you who can't see well, some of them are now lighting torches. They approached in the dark, but now there's a little bit of torchlight as they have surrounded you in different tattered desert garbs that hang from their skin, and they all kind of look tattooed and pierced. Definitely a different house of the people you just saw in the Oasis, and the one that appears to be the leader, a halfling, will step forward on his camel and say, hey there, guys!
Love the tattoos, girly.
Thank you. I'm a fan myself. So we need your stuff.
But it's our stuff.
Oh, that's cute. Why do you think you were gonna get it? And also, why would you need it in the first place?
We're just we need it, so we're gonna take it. So go ahead and give us your stuff.
How quaint. You came out to play. Did you bring your mommy to hold your hand? Because it's gonna take a few more things than sandcastles and pointy swords to scare us away. And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the person who's speaking.
I cast Magic Missile.
Just gonna blow them the fuck
All right,
up.
we'll give it to you. Boom.
Open fire!
Stop taking my stuff.
I hope it's okay. They were just saying that they wanted to. Is that okay that I immediately start combat, y'all?
Fire away, dearie.
I give it the O for the okay.
I was gonna do it as soon as you were.
Okay.
So I heard magic missile and I heard vicious mockery. Anything else exploding out of this party?
Anyone need to poop their pants real quick before we go?
What is the spell save?
Mockery is going to be a wisdom 14.
Okay.
I really hope it works. That sass was amazing.
10 out of 10 sass.
How many people are there again?
There are 12.
yeah.
I think I'm shooting missiles at the leader.
All right, we'll go ahead and roll the damage.
Each dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. I think I'm going to cast this at level 3. I cast 4 darts. First one, 3 damage. Second one, 4 force damage.
Okay.
Third one, 2. And then the last one, 2.
As these magical missiles erupt from your fingers, he will, first of all, be rather unaffected by your intimidation, Selene, as he rolled a good save against it. But as these missiles, clearly a powerful spell casting, shoot from your fingers, Kai, and go directly into his flesh, he will take that full 11 damage, and he'll say, nope, no, nope. And he will gesture for his party to scatter, and they will turn and run away.
Can I cast Entangle at his feet?
Sure.
They are running away. This could have been our shortest combat thing ever, and you're going to entangle them?
Interrogation.
Billowby.
Weeds and vines are going to sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting at him, so anyone else who is that close to him, and these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain, they have to succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants.
The camels?
That's a good question. I guess we'll leave that up to the DM.
This is a great potential scenario.
Stop leaving things up to Ben.
Yeah, they shoot out the ground.
Then it's definitely going to be the camels at first, right? They're the ones who are running on the ground.
Yeah, so they have to make a strength check against my spell DC, which is 15.
How about you roll a d6 to see how many are in this patch?
Sure. 1.
Okay, so unfortunately, perhaps they'd already started to scatter enough that you just targeted this leader, right? So he'll make the save, or his camel, rather, will make the save. So the camel will try to gallop through the sand, but these vines will come up, and he's restrained. His comrades have taken off at this point. And he'll say, no, oh, jeez, no, wait up, no, they got me, oh, no,
Hey,
no.
it's chill, friend. Maybe don't try and, beat people up in the sand. I do still really love the tattoos. So what's your deal? Is this just your normal routine? Is this what you do, just bothering people when they're trying to go about their business?
Yeah, we're raiders, so we beat people up in the sand, and can't believe those guys left me. Oh, jerks.
Well,
Their apples would not taste very good.
No, they would not.
You said it.
How'd you get in this gang, friend?
Yeah, I'm part of the League of the Vulture. We're kind of a ragtag group of raiders. We're one of the houses in the high desert, and yeah, I'm the leader of them actually.
Oh,
We're birds of a war now.
Yeah, you can see my from my cool tattoos that I'm very feared.
Oh my god.
I'm terrified.
So that's how I got here.
Great.
So can I go or
What do we want to do with this situation?
yeah? What do you want to do?
I can cast blindness and deafness. That way we can walk away without him seeing us.
We could let his camel go back home and leave him buried up to his neck in the sand.
Billowby.
I think we should let him live. We are not murderers.
Oh, Beetle, what about those? Beetle, what about those scorpions you just picked up?
I'm not wasting one of my guys.
Mr. Vulture, how does that sound to you? We let you live, and the next time you see us, you're nice to us because you owe us one for not killing you after all of your friends dipped?
Let me think about it. No, I'm just kidding. No, that sounds great. Let's do that.
Okay, swear it by the old gods and the new, and real quick, I'm gonna give you a stick and poke tattoo to solidify it.
Oh, right on.
Wait, you do stick and poke tattoos?
I want one.
I can give you one too. I did this one, and he shows you like a really horribly done tattoo. You want me to do one for you?
It's like a stick figure.
This is my mom. It's just like a smiley face.
How beautiful.
I'm
so
sure
cute.
she's very proud of you.
If we're cool with this, I'm down to quickly do a stick and poke situation.
I was going to say, if we are all in agreement, what is your name, stranger?
Yeah.
I am a Hanjar. I'm a Sheik of the League of the Vulture.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, well then, I will give you a moon in the sign of my god Eliestre, and you can feel free to do a smiley face.
You're gonna let this guy stick and poke tattoo you?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
This thief? This robber?
Selene secretly has a ton of tattoos, and
Literally just from neck to sleeve.
it's one of her favorite ways to share and spread culture.
Yeah, where do you want me to...
But.
I'm gonna expose my ankle and and get some ink.
All right, should I put this on you then, or...?
I don't trust you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm still absolutely getting this tattoo.
All right, here it comes.
And I'm gonna get to work with putting a moon on whatever hand he isn't using to stick and poke me. And I'm holding very firmly.
I'm holding that guy too.
And I'm just gonna do a lovely little crescent moon on this part of the hand.
Nice.
Ooh, I want that in real life.
Ooh.
No! Moo!
It's gonna be like, so this is actually gonna blur if you don't take care of it really quickly, so I'm sure you know this is about tattoos, but be sure to treat it with some sort of balm or oil to make sure that it maintains integrity, and try to keep it covered with like a glove.
Or honey.
Wear sunscreen all the time.
Kaya's just over here with his hands folded, nodding, yes, and let this also be a reminder never to cross us again.
Yeah, I was planning on shattering you.
I was gonna break your brain.
He'll say, "Thank you, this is beautiful, and you have honored me with this tattoo. Here, I've given you the emblem of my people, the vulture. If you show this badass tattoo to anyone out here in the desert, they should leave you alone." And it looks like this.
I love it! It's so cute! So this is very much in character. Selena's like, I love this funky little bird. Cool.
Kaya's just holding his face like this, just cackling.
It looks exactly like a vulture. So good.
Thank you.
Dear listener, for those of you who don't see this, it's the most basic. I can't even describe it. It's the best drawing of a bird you'll ever see.
Yeah,
It's like an
truly.
upside down smiley face with a poorly drawn beak.
It's like if you were trying to draw a fermata and then halfway through said, I'm going to actually make this a bird.
It's like someone using Paint for the first time, Microsoft Paint. And they're like, I want to draw a bird face.
And then they're like, never mind.
It looks like Poon Poon's face from Goodnight Poon
True.
Poon. So go to Google and Google Poon Poon and...
Do not Google Poon Poon.
Do not Google
We do it.
Wow.
Incredible.
Stunning.
Well, I think I'm gonna take off.
Do that.
It was nice meeting you. Are we letting him go, guys?
Yeah, I suppose so.
In the same way that you've honored me, I have honored you and the night that we have shared together by putting this moon. I look forward to seeing you again.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoy not being dead.
Yeah, you too.
This was so weird.
This was weird. Shall we continue on?
All right, on we
Let's
go.
get back to the camels.
He'll take off. Hey guys, check out my new tattoo.
Oh my god, you're alive, dude!
Whoa, we thought you were dead for sure, man.
What?
Dude, you took those hits.
Great. As this encounter seems to have ended, you can carry on your way towards the spire. You do indeed see, with the help of the rising sun, those of you who don't see so well in particular, ahead, you see this spire of Kor. It's this massive natural granite column. It's about 100 feet high. On top of it is this great curved spire of rock, like black quartz maybe. As you approach, you can see that there aren't any windows. The only entrance seems to be one great open archway that's facing north, kind of the direction from which you're coming.
Reggie goes in. Hello!
What?
You can see a little bit of sand has spilled into the open doorway here.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's a lot of coffins. Oh, boy.
And Reggie, as you let out a nice echoing hello, there is no answer. It doesn't seem like anyone is here. The ground is decorated with a large sun. Looks very much like the sun that was in the Temple of the Tranquil Soul. Core iconography.
I'm running around.
I'm just gonna run around with Beetle, like chasing Beetle.
There's also this kind of interesting looking shape in the middle. Who might want to roll like a history on that?
I would like to roll history, but I really want to do find traps for this room first.
Seeing that some of these folks have already kind of walked through the door, nothing immediately has been triggered. What would you exactly do, Selene, to check for other danger?
I would cast the spell Find Traps, which is I
do magic.
I do magic. So I sense the presence of any trap within range, which is 120 feet and in my line of sight, and I have 120 feet of dark vision. It would sense an area affected by the alarm spell, a glyph of warding, or any sort of mechanical trap.
You know that a trap is present.
What is the vibe?
Is it like a fun one?
Most traps are never fun, Beetle.
It seems simultaneously of a mechanical nature that could fill this room with something dangerous. It also seems connected with the oddly placed 8 coffins around the center of the room.
Notice that there are 8 coffins instead of 9?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Because they said they gave the thing to the 9 mystics.
You have such a good memory.
Oh, thank you, Beetle.
I conveyed everyone the trap situation.
I wonder how fresh the corpses are.
Yeah, you check on that, Billowby.
Also, I rolled a history check, and I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah!
You know right away that this is a sundial.
Guys, it's a big sundial.
Anybody want to buy a sundial?
Perhaps you can tell, because you know what it is, Gilbert, that the ceiling, which I said from the outside looked like just like a big spire of quartz, the ceiling looks like slates of this black rock are covering the ceiling entirely. So in order for sun to actually reach this dial from directly above only, that would have to be opened up.
This kind of seems to be some sort of puzzle, perhaps.
Let me say one other thing about this room. That wall of rocks is actually one large winding staircase that goes up around where it meets the ceiling that statue rests.
Can I investigate the statue?
Can I investigate the staircase?
Can I jump on the coffin?
How about you do a quick, just like, investigate from down here, Reggie, 70 feet below.
Fathoms below.
17.
Nice.
With a 17, you can tell that it's the same figure that you saw much larger in the first room at the Temple of the Tranquil Soul. It's Core.
Hey guys, score.
Oh, hey.
You wanted to investigate the staircase, Kai?
Yeah.
Roll them.
11.
With an 11, you can't really tell if there's anything significant about it. It looks like it's maybe a slightly different rock than is used in the walls and ceiling. So maybe it was built afterwards, but nothing significant about it beyond that. Looks a little bit treacherous, no railing or anything.
Gotcha.
Selene, you mentioned there might be a trap somewhere in here.
Yeah, so it seems to be connected to these coffins and maybe the middle thing, but it does feel mechanical in nature, not so much arcane. So I imagine it's something that we could either trip or come across, or maybe it's weight-based, but it's not magic, at least.
Beetle stops jumping.
Beetle, where were you jumping?
No.
Where I'm standing. On this one.
So as Gilbert is coming in and making, astute observations about the sundial, and Selene is noticing that there's definitely a trap connected to some part of this mechanism, and Reggie spots this little statue of Core up in the corner, and Kai, you are, looking carefully at these stairs. Beetle is jumping rather unceremoniously on one of these coffins. After just a moment,
Give it to me. Give me the pain.
you all will hear a little bit of scratching coming from all of the coffins as the lids slowly slide off, and these 8 skeletal mystics emerge and chatter their skeletal teeth at you, Beetle, and others visible in the room.
Aren't these the mystics we need to talk to? Shit.
Arrange yourselves accordingly for combat as we roll initiative.
No!
No.
Oh no, it looks like our adventurers have gotten themselves into another dangerous encounter. Thank you for joining us on the Stars of Huzuz. See you next time on the adventure.